Hi, I'm Chelsea.
And I'm Lauren.
And we are
The Financial Diet.
And today we're talking pretty much specifically to all of you current college students out there who are graduating this year. Although this will apply to other undergrads, just keep it in your pocket for the year that you're about to graduate and watch it at October of that year. And what we're going to be talking about is all the things you should invest in when you graduate college. Now, most of these are going to be financial investments in the sense of like you have to pay money for them, but some are also investments of time and energy. And the point is really twofold. One, these are things that you should have to get you on the path to adulthood, and two, they're things that will help you truly kill the job hunt.
Speaking for myself, there was definitely a few things that I could have invested in when I graduated from college, but didn't. One of those things was not investing in a professional wardrobe, namely shoes. It took me a long time to realize that there is appropriate and comfortable office footwear. Wearing heels that were dingy and worn out from college was not the best way to be perceived as professional by the senior staff at the office. Once I invested in really high quality, well-made heels, I felt like a new woman.
But a work wardrobe is just one of the many things that all college grads should be investing in. And so what we're gonna do is break down what we think are some of the biggest investments, how much they cost with the total at the end. And then exciting, our next video will be about how to save that money before graduation. So without further ado, here are the 8 biggest things you should be investing in when you graduate college. Number 1 is a professionally designed and copy edited resume and cover letter. When you're on the job hunt, few things will hinder your prospects more consistently than having either a resume or cover letter, which is either poorly designed or riddled with grammatical errors, or both. Now, what this means is once you have all of your information together for your resume and cover letter, spend that money and take them to professionals who will make them look A, beautifully designed and eye-catching, and B, grammatically flawless and written in the best possible way. Someone who shows up with a beautifully professionally designed resume automatically just resonates professionalism and chic and adulthood. We estimate that these combined services will cost you anywhere between $100 and $400 together, but trust us, they're worth it. And we'll link you to some good resources in the description below.
The second thing would be investing in wardrobe staples for things like office jobs and interviews. Think blazers, well-fitting button-downs, good shoes, a high-quality work bag, stuff that will make you feel put together and professional. There's nothing worse or more unprofessional looking than tugging on an ill-fitting shirt or a too short skirt all day long.
Especially at an interview.
Now, the cost of this will really vary, and for me personally, I spent about $400 upgrading my original wardrobe from college to transition into the more professional working world. We recommend budgeting anywhere between $350 to about $500 to make this investment.
And keep in mind when shopping for a work wardrobe, discount stores like TJ Maxx and Marshalls and Nordstrom Rack are your best friend. Now, number 3 is free, which is exciting, and it's also rather simple. It's investing the time to plan out your student loan repayment. Spending a few hours with a trusted advisor working out a plan that works for you is one of the best things you can do with your immediate post-grad time. Make sure the first place you start is with your actual student loan providers. Speak to a representative to figure out what your basic options are. And then if you want further information, we recommend apps like Student Loan Hero, which help you both manage the day-to-day of your repayment as well as your longer-term goals. How you pay back your student loans can define the next 10 years of your adult life, and getting an early start on a good plan will only help you.
The fourth thing that you can do is invest in a basic toolkit for home maintenance and repairs.
This one obviously implies that you have your own place, but if you do, it's a non-negotiable.
Yes, you're an adult now and you should be able to fix things yourself. Everything from hanging shelves to tightening screws to making basic checks on pipes should be something that you're capable of doing. You can find a basic toolkit at a variety of stores from like Target to Walmart to Home Depot and Lowe's.
Or Amazon if, like me, you don't like leaving your house.
We recommend setting aside anywhere from $20 to $60 to invest in a basic toolkit. And we'll link out to some articles in the description below to help you choose the best one for your money.
Number 5 is very simple. The first $1,000 of your emergency fund. When it comes to your financial security after graduation, there is no more important a factor than an emergency fund. We recommend for your emergency fund 3 months of total month-to-month living expenses. And while we don't expect anyone to be able to save all of that before graduation, we do expect that you challenge yourself to put the first $1,000 toward it so that you can start on the right track. Obviously, the total estimated cost for this is $1,000. Number 6 is enough basic kitchen supplies to cook for yourself every every night.
Again, this is dependent on the fact that you don't live with your parents anymore. And if you live on your own, it's non-negotiable.
Few things will have as direct an impact on your month-to-month budget as an adult than what you spend on food. Being well-equipped to cook for yourself will save you hundreds of dollars a month. But being a prolific home cook actually doesn't require that much startup material. We recommend a basic high-quality pot and pan, large cooking knife, wooden cutting board, wooden spoon and spatula, and a few basic serving materials, glasses, utensils, etc. Obviously, it's not an exhaustive list, but it gives you enough to start cooking, and it doesn't give you more than you need. For example, it's always better to start with one really quality pot and pan that you can build on rather than starting with one of those cheap sets that gives you more stuff than you need and you'll end up throwing out in a year. We estimate that getting these basics will cost you about $250 to kick it all off.
Number 7 would be your cell phone data plan for the job hunt. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I personally go over my data on my cell phone like every month, and it's actually gotten worse since I've moved to the city because I'm out and about on my phone quite frequently. Now, chances are when you're searching for a job, you might go over your data. Things like looking up directions for job interviews, checking your email, always having your phone by you.
Also looking at your LinkedIn constantly, updating your social media, sending out your resume, making sure you're always available and always presenting the best version of yourself. And not having access to your email for a few hours can honestly be the difference between getting a job and not getting it.
Now, the cost of data overages can vary, but they typically fall anywhere from $30 to $50 per month. And considering that the average new college grad takes anywhere from 3 to 9 months to find a job, that can add up really quickly.
So to preempt yourself during the job hunt, we recommend putting about $300 towards 6 months of upgraded data coverage. And lastly, we recommend putting about $50 into getting some basic computer maintenance and upgrades.
You want that baby in tip-top shape.
Tip-top! While you may not be able to afford a brand new laptop right away, nothing is more crucial for the job hunt than making sure your computer is running at absolute maximum capacity and is also not like completely gross and battered down. But at the very least, making sure all of your software is updated, your keyboard is nicely cleaned out, your computer's running as quickly as possible, isn't completely hindered by thousands of hours of pirated movies, etc., etc. And as I mentioned, this should run you about $50 to $100 depending on what you have to get done. Now, with all the variations, we still estimate that this whole sort of group of investments should cost you about $2,500. So in order to put you on the right track to be able to make these investments at graduation, our next video will be how to save $2,500 by graduation 2017.
So as always, thank you for watching, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button and go to thefinancialdiet.com for more. Bye!